Good
all right.
morning. How the heck are you?
I'm well. Where's Dave? Do we have to do a St. Anthony prayer or something?
Yeah, Dave is lost, but now is found. No, he's out of power. His power went out halfway, or just as the show was starting. Yeah. So
Oh my goodness.
it's just me and
Wow.
Ron today. So you got to put up with us,
Yeah,
Teresa.
that's right.
Oh,
But I tell you what,
no
you
worries.
got some
Happy Holy
exciting.
Week.
Yeah.
Let's talk about a little bit about the Sistine Chapel because there's some great
Wow, you've been
renovations
doing
going
all
on.
kinds of stuff. Yeah. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it was so great, you guys. So Deacon Dom and I had an invitation to join our Michigan chapter of the Vatican Patrons of the Arts. So we extended our trip, and I also had a couple of meetings in Rome with the organizers of our pilgrimages. So we decided to stay a few extra days. But what was so beautiful is that they are finishing the work on the Sistine Chapel Last Judgment scene.
Wow.
It was undergoing restoration since the end of January, early February. And our group, the Michigan Patrons, was the first group to actually see the almost done restoration. They had the bottom half of the Last Judgment scene was still behind scaffolding, but the image of the Lord with the Blessed Mother and the saints and the angels, that part was completely done, and they're going to be finished, and they will be, according to what Dr. Yada, the president of the Vatican Museums, told us. It will be ready for pilgrims when they start coming in a few days. It was just phenomenal. And once you've seen the Sistine Chapel, it's already been cleaned. It went through a major restoration many decades ago.
Mhm.
And there's a corner of the Sistine Chapel that's still dark to show you what it looked like before they did the big cleanup in the 20th century.
Right.
I didn't know what to expect. I had interviewed Dr. Liz Lav on the Good News Cruise about the work they were going to be doing. But when we walked in and we looked at the Last Judgment scene, it was so much brighter. And we were just there with two groups on private tours in October. And it just took my breath away, especially Our Lady. Her gown, her vest, her flowing gown was so much brighter than
Wow.
before. And it was beautiful last year. The blues were bluer, the reds were deeper. And what they did basically is they removed this white film, and Dr. Yada described it as sort of a cataract that was over the Last Judgment scene because of so many people, thousands, up to 35, 40,000 people visiting every day for so many years.
Wow.
And so there was this film that built up. And then also the movement of people walking in, because the Sistine Chapel is not on the ground floor, it's above.
Right.
Walking in from the steps and then walking down the steps to get inside the chapel, that actually had caused some loosening of the painting on the wall. So there was two different types of restoration that had to be done, but to see it, it was just phenomenal. And the work was actually supported by the Florida chapter of the Vatican Patrons. So it was just quite an honor to be there, especially right before, of course, entering into Holy Week. So it was pretty exciting. And we just found out, I just got off the phone with Dr. Matthew Bunson from EWTN in the Register. We just found out for our trip in October, we've secured a private Sistine Chapel tour.
Ooh.
And we have also secured a special event related to St. Francis in the town of Greccio. So we still have room on that trip if people want to join us. But to see the Sistine Chapel privately, there's nothing like it, because normally when you go through during the day, even if you have an organized tour, it's just so busy you really don't have time to appreciate it. So pretty exciting,
So Teresa, this extra stop that's connected to St. Francis, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. It's called Greccio, and you're probably familiar with it. This is where he established the first crash. And so there's actually two locations. It's right off the freeway, where they're going up to Assisi or down back to Rome. And you can actually see it from the freeway. But the actual shrine and the hermitage is way, way up in the mountains, and you have to climb a lot of steps to get up there. But we're going to be going there where they actually have the cave where St. Francis read the gospel and gave the homily on the Christmas Eve Mass so many centuries ago, and where a miracle happened related to Jesus appearing in St. Francis's arms. So we'll go to the shrine. And then the actual town of Greccio is about mile and a half across from the little shrine and hermitage. And it's the most adorable, quaint little town, you guys. And the people love it. There's this one restaurant called the Passagerio, or the Passengers, the people passing through. Family-owned restaurant. They take the group upstairs. They make two kinds of homemade pasta with porcini mushrooms and one with a meat sauce. And they serve us wine, and we sing, and you're right above the little piazza in the town. And so that has been added as well, which is a super special event. And I'll be doing a talk about St. Francis on the way to Greccio. And then Dr. Bunsen will be doing a talk about the importance of the town of Arezzo and Viterbo when we visit there. So a lot of exciting stuff, and we're almost filled. We have about 10 spots left, though.
Okay.
I'd like to see a full bus, but if we don't get a full bus, that's fine. We certainly have enough to trip us a go. But if people would like to join us, they can just go to the event section of my website or contact our partners at Corporate Travel. I'm so excited about this trip.
What other stops are you doing? You talked about the private Sistine Chapel tour, Greccio.
Right.
What other things can people expect?
We are going to the town of Viterbo, the place of the first conclave, where they tore off the roof of the church because the cardinals were taking so much time to decide.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful town, Viterbo in northern Lazio. That's a great city. And Thomas Aquinas actually preached there. So we're going there. And then we're going to be staying our time in Umbria. We're going to be staying in Orvieto. And then we'll also go to Arezzo and then back to Rome. A pretty busy itinerary.
Yeah.
Teresa, give us that website real quick.
Just go to teresatomeo.com to the event section.
Great. Thank you.